Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 10th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame. Got up, got the dogs out, got them all taken care of. All that fun stuff needs to be done. Got her out, went ahead and jumped in the hot tub for a little bit, hung out there for a while. Wife got off to work, had myself a little breakfast, and then headed back in. Got her fed and chilling out a little bit. Decided to go ahead and start working on my well pump, seeing if I could get that figured out. And first thing I was given advice of is to basically open it up and prime it to make sure that it still had fluid in it. And I was like, cool, no big deal. So I went ahead and popped it apart, and it had fluid in it. So I was like, well, that didn't solve my problem. So reached out to the guy, went and tried to turn it on and stuff. He went the thing open. In case like maybe the system was blocked up or something in there. That would be a situation of like the valves or something was not allowed to go out, and it didn't come on either. So reached back out to my friend on Facebook that does well work, pump work and stuff, and deals with sprinklers and all that junk, and basically gave me some advice. He said, yeah, that's what it's doing. I told him the noise it's making and stuff. He goes, your pump took a dump. So I'm like, cool, okay. He recommended me to get a different kind. One's called a Glout, I think. It's spelled like cloud with a G instead of a C at the first. And told me what it took, like a 15, which I guess a 1.5 horsepower. And I was like, no big deal. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna make sure I can get this one off, make sure I get it unhooked, make sure it's all good and free, I know how to wire it and all that kind of stuff, and then see if I can't find one locally. He said I could, if I wanted to go over to by Orlando, I could use his account to save maybe 150, 200 bucks, whatever on one, and go buy it that way, but not sure they'd have it in stock and all that good fun stuff. So yeah, I went ahead, got it all apart. It took a while. Everything's rusted. Been sitting outside for however long it's been out there, and got it all figured out, got it all undone finally. Chat with him off and on, I know what's happening, and it's so fat I couldn't tell what kind it was anymore. So loaded up in the truck and then headed up to our local plumbing / electrical supply company, and the guy was able to, by knowing them a little bit, and also was able to find some numbers on it. He thought he could read enough, got close enough to it, figured out the exact same pump, which is actually only a 1 horsepower pump that I have. And by going with the exact replacement of the pump, I don't have to worry about possibly overpowering the system, and or the big one is going to be, I don't have to replumb everything. I'll just basically, you know, if I can get the connectors out, the quick disconnects, I can just screw them back in the new one and hook it back up, and it's 100% good to go. So I was like, cool. The other one, they aim out, they cut the intake and outtake are in different spots, and the more weird junctures and bends you put in stuff, the less efficient water flows. So I wanted to keep it as straight as possible and as efficient as possible. So went ahead and just ordered the same exact one, and neither one was in stock in the building. They had to wait for tomorrow anyway for shipment. So I said, let's get the same one. So it was $511, I think it was, like that. The one he'd recommended me to get was like $550, whatever. So same price basically. And he said it'd be like $400 from him. So not worth the 2+ hours of driving for the extra $100 and then hope it's the right thing, you know. So said to heck with it and just ordered that one, gave him all my information, and they said it'd be here, you know, later today, if not tomorrow morning at the latest. I'm like, cool. So headed back home, hung out with the dog a little bit, did some more with the sprinkler system. Also went ahead and decided, since I'm going to hook the pump up, I might as well go ahead and try and fix the other leaks I have, the 2 leaks I knew of. I want to go ahead and get them worked on. So dug the one up next to the driveway. It's got this big ass hole out there. I dug like a big hole. And it was funny, I'm like, oh, I'm afraid someone's gonna step in this and break the damn ankle. So I said, hell, it dropped a potted flower in there. I've got a little palm tree thing in a pot that I dropped down in the hole. So I was like, that works. Went ahead, and my wife got home later and she's like, yeah, I saw you planted the plant. I'm like, no, that's just filling a hole so you don't break your ankle. That's all it is. So we had a good little chuckle with that. So I got those parts that I know I need. I got the other one, was able to, I had a real tall riser on it. I was able to cut out the bad spot in the hose and then just put the head back on it. So that one actually is no parts needed to fix it. It's all just moving it down, cutting part of the pipe off, and you're good to go. So But wow, that truck's running way rich. That stinks really bad. So, but anyway, so I got that whole thing figured out, at least there, and then I'm waiting for my pump. I did get a call from the supply company saying my pump was actually in already. And I'm like, okay, I'll plan on picking it up tomorrow morning instead, because they didn't plan on working on it tonight anyway. And I've already left the dog, once at home by herself. I don't want to do that to her again. So went in, hung around, got, like I said, more done with the sprinkler system, playing that some and all the good fun that comes with it, and it's all good to go. So went ahead. Wife was getting ready to head home. I went and got my run in. She headed home. I decided to do tacos tonight, so I ended up basically making up a pound of beef with the taco seasonings and all that good fun stuff, and got that wrapped up there, which is always a good time. So had that. From there, went ahead and ate our dinner, watched a little bit of Inside Man, which I think we're on the second to last episode, maybe. I don't know. It's a very short season. It's like only like 8 episodes, so not sure how far in it we are, but it was pretty good little episode. A little sad is what it is, but it's a comedy with some sad moments here and there. So yeah, watched that, and then I headed back outside, chilled the dog, had myself a cigar. We were chatting a little while, and then had a friend reach out and asked if he was getting the hot tub tonight. And I'm like, I would never get in the hot tub at night, but since the only time you can get in the hot tub is nighttime, you're welcome to come use it anytime. Like, just come use the hot tub. Just give me a heads up so I can let you in with the dogs and stuff. I don't have to bark it or whatnot. And they're like, yeah, okay, I'll let you know. And then I decided to go ahead and get in with them. So we got in the hot tub for a little bit. We chatted. Karen, she's already showered, and it's kind of late. I don't really feel like getting in the hot tub. I'm like, cool. So she stayed inside and chilled out with one of the dogs, and I think it was good there. Before that, though, after dinner, I guess, waiting for that time, had another dog get dropped off that I watch quite often. Not all the time, but I watch her quite often. And we don't know if she's got like a brain tumor or if maybe she's starting to go deaf or blind or what, but she started attacking dogs about a year ago. And now she has to be isolated when she's with me. So they even said, like, even like out, when they take her out on like walks and stuff, she started going after some of the neighborhood dogs worse than she ever did before. So it makes me extra nervous. But went ahead and talked to them. They talked about my tree planting process also. Like, oh, it looks like I got some vermin in your yard. And I'm like, oh, no. And I told them what it was, and they laughed. So yeah, so now I've got 2 dogs here that can't be together. So, but they're both pretty easy to be going most of the time. But they started barking and grounding each other through the doors and the windows and had a little issue. So we kind of had to get them settled down and realize they're not trying to kill each other just because on the other side of the damn, glass. So that took a little bit of time. But yeah, from there, basically chilling out. Went ahead and put the one back in the office where she goes. Friend got here. We got in the hot tub for a little bit, and the temperatures have jumped back up here. We had a nice little warm front come back through and a cold front left. And I turned the hot tub up to like 104 maybe. At least 103, 104, I think probably and stuff. Well, which is great when it's in the 40s, but when it's in like the mid 70s or high 70s, something, it's a lot worse. You get to sweating pretty quick in the hot tub. So, but as they're getting in there, like, damn, this is hot. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, whatever. So I got in. We basically chatted for, I don't know, about an hour, and we both ended up realizing that we got like really over here. It wasn't quite an hour, pretty close to. I was like, holy crap. So, and then we were chatting a little bit and stuff, and didn't realize how much the heat would affect us until we went to get out. And I was like, oh, this is bad. But they got a FaceTime from their kid's grandpa, I think it was. But they're like, oh, hold on, I got to take this. So they basically went ahead and said they're going to get out anyway. So they headed out, took the call, and I was like, let me know if things wrong. Something, you don't get calls this late at night. And she's like, yeah, no problem. So everything was good. Just he was driving, and the grandpa wanted to talk to him, I guess. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. So they had a nice little conversation. Everything's good to go. And then I thought, well, I'm going to turn the temperature down my hot tub because it's going to stay hot. I don't need the temp up that high anymore. So, but yeah, I went ahead and knocked the temp down in the hot tub and then headed back in. Actually, I got dressed again, got dried off and dressed. Brought one of the dogs back out with me and let her run around while I finished up my cigar. And it was, at this point, it's like 1 a.m. or so. A little after 1 when I headed in. Karen's zonked out, hard asleep. So when I came in, usually I'd watch like a little TV show, maybe eat a snack, but it was late enough. I just turned on a Tom Segura stand-up comedy special and then tried to go to sleep. So it seemed to work pretty good for me. But yeah, overall, pretty good day. The pump and all that kind of junk sucks. I'm spending much money on it, but it is what it is. So everything in life, there's always little disappointments and things don't go quite how you hoped, but it all works out in the long run. So everything happens for a reason, and that's how it breaks down. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.